Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about solubility product. So this is another sort of equilibrium constant found in solutions, and this is basically talking about how any sort of, let's say, salt, that is, it's an ionic compound, it dissolves in your solution. So usually aqueous solutions. So we're basically seeing how we can find the solubility constant of these salts as to understand how much they dissolve in aqueous solutions. That is what we are trying to figure out. So solubility is the number of grams or moles of a compound needed to saturate 100 grams of water. So let's say NaCl is a soluble compound and 36 grams of it sort of dissolves in 100 gram of water, right? So that is its solubility. Wait, let me check one thing. What is marked? I don't know. Okay. I was just checking something on the cam. Okay, so the thing with solubility is usually you can have it as a gram per how many grams of it dissolves per 100 gram, and we're also going to look at mole per dm cube unit as well. So how many moles of it dissolves per unit volume. Okay, so again we're talking about concentration in that case. I'll show that as well, but yeah, AgCl, for example, silver chloride, is insoluble. Barely 5.2 into 10 power minus 8 grams of it dissolves in 100 grams of water, and that even at a high temperature such as 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, what is solubility product? It is the product of concentrations of each of the ion dissolved in a saturated solution of a sparingly soluble salt at 298 Kelvin, raised to the power of its relative concentration. A lot of words, right? Let me take you through everything one by one. Let's say you have Ag2S. Okay. In this case, again, this is going to dissolve into two parts. One is silver ion and the other is sulfur 2 minus. Okay. So if I had to write down the KSP of its solubility product, it will be, what are the ions? What we do is essentially I take the concentration of each ion dissolved. So I have Ag2 plus concentration of this times the concentration of S2 minus. Okay. And what is the sparingly soluble salt? That is Ag2S itself. Okay. Raised to the power of its relative concentration. What this means is, in one compound of Ag2S, you have 2 moles or 2 proportions of Ag. Okay. So Ag will be raised to the power of 2 because it has twice the concentration compared to the total substance itself. Okay. So now this gives you the KSP of Ag2S. So you find the concentration of Ag2 plus and S2 minus is the same. Okay. I mean, technically it's not, because there are 2 portions of Ag, but you are considering that at this using this power. Okay. So whatever is inside as concentration is equal. So Ag I can write as X and S2 minus I can write as X. So X is equals to X. Those two values are equal. Okay. Okay. And the reason it's equal is, if this is dissociating, obviously however many Ag ions is going to dissolve, the same amount of sulfide ions, S2 minus ions are going to dissolve as well. I mean, in this case the ratio is twice, so twice as many Ag ions will exist compared to S2 minus, but you get the idea. It happens in the same proportion. If it was NaCl, then if NaCl dissolves, there's 1 mole of NaCl and it completely dissolves, there's 1 mole of Na and 1 mole of Cl. So an equilibrium established is when the salt does not fully dissolve. So for one thing, you need to make sure that this is not fully dissolvable, and it's partially dissolvable or insoluble. And in that case, you can establish an equilibrium where there's a KSP, there's a solubility product. So this equilibrium is only achieved when you have saturated solutions. So in that equilibrium, ions are turning into solid, and solid is turning into ion. Ion turning into solid, and solids turning into ions. Both are happening. Great. So why do we and when do we use KSP, right? Let's say you have a salt, okay, that is partially soluble, and now can establish equilibrium. So we get to know sort of how much of concentration of certain ions are. We can also understand from concentrations of ion itself what the solubility is, and we're going to look at such examples. So let's say you have a calculation where it's saying KSP of Ag2SO4 is given. Is it given? No, find the KSP. So find the KSP of Ag2SO4 where the concentration, that is the molar solubility of Ag and SO4 is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Okay, so they've given you what the molar solubility of these two are, that is concentration of SO4 and Ag plus. So you just plug these values into Ag plus and SO4 2 minus. So what you're going to have essentially is you'll have 2 times the 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 and 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 for your SO4 2 minus. Why the 2 over here? Why the 2 over here? Because for every 1 mole of Ag2SO4 there is 2 moles of silver, which is why you consider that over here, and it is also considered at the top over here as well. It is considered sort of twice, you could argue. The reason it's done is because of the calculation's sake. The way the formula is, the solubility product is basically respecting the weightage of each of the element. So the formula is made in a way that respects the effect of concentration changes in either silver or the sulfate ion, which is why even if you are considering twice as much concentration over here, the power is for a different reason. It is weighting, it is basically adding more weightage to the silver ion. Okay, that is what it's doing. That is why the solubility product formula is structured in such a way. But yeah, you do consider twice over here, don't make this mistake. And even above, I guess a similar example is over here. Yeah, even in this case actually, I guess I've missed this while explaining it above. You're supposed to have twice over here. Okay, you're supposed to have twice over there. You're supposed to have twice over there. I mean, there's no number over here, I guess that's why I haven't written it. But you are supposed to have twice, because for every 1 mole of Ag2S, you will have 2 portions of Ag plus, and you will still raise the entire thing to 2, because that is basically adding weight or weightage to your Ag plus, because the effect of it is more, sort of, you can say. The effect of Ag in the product case, that is as the list of products, the effect of the Ag is more. If you change the concentration, it has a significant effect there. So essentially, it is making sure the KSP is structured in a way that whatever you're changing Ag, you're changing the sulfide, or in the below case your sulfate, the KSP changes accordingly. Okay, so that is why the formulas are structured in that way. Okay, amazing. We will also see other examples where you will get into the habit of always making sure whatever the proportions are, you multiply whatever the ratio is. Okay, you multiply the ratio over here, and you also make sure to raise to the power. Okay, this is a common mistake. Yeah, it's been how long I've done these things? 2-3 years it's been. I've learned chemistry, but yeah, it's still good memory. It's decent memory. Let's look at another example where you have My. Just consider a random thing, okay? Random sort of salt. At 25 degrees Celsius, its solubility is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 10 gram per dm cube. So how do you convert this to mole per dm cube? So 5 into 10 to the power of minus 10 of gram per dm cube. So these are the grams per dm cube. So for 1 dm cube, it has these many grams. So for 1 dm cube, how many moles will it have? Just divide this gram by the molar mass of My, and the molar mass of My is actually given, which is 200. So 5 into 10 to the power of minus 10 divided by 200 should give you 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 12. So there you go. That is the molar concentration, or the molar solubility. And now you can work with the typical equation. So you want to find out what? You want to find out the KSP. So you know the concentration of each of M or Y. That is the solubility bit. So however much of My is being soluble, each of M and Y is also present in the same amount, right? So if 2.5 moles of My is being soluble, then 2.5 moles of M is present and 2.5 moles of Y is present. So you will have 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 12 times 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 12. This is going to be your KSP. Great. Amazing. Let me check one thing. Where am I? This is Solubility Product. Yeah. Fair. Okay. Amazing. The next topic is going to be the common ion effect.